Welcome along, folks, to another little one of my Whisky in the Woods. Out for a wee walk in the Highlands, so I just thought I'd have a wee chat about a Highland whisky. Using the term Highland in quite an open expression there. It's actually an island whisky, but if we're going to follow the old SWA rules and regulations, I believe they still have it as a Highland whisky. We're going to head up north, up to Orkney. We've got the two main distilleries up there. We're going to look at what we'd probably call a more commercial one of them, Highland Park. Highland Park's been around since the end of the 1700s and then started legally producing in the mid 1800s. Today they're part of the Edrington group, and they're putting out about 2.5 million litres a year, somewhere in that region. Majority of their maturation is in, I think, Virgin American and Virgin European oaks with some sherry cask maturation in there as well. A lot of their malt, their barley is peated, slightly different peat up in Orkney. The peat you'll find in other places is from decomposing trees, whereas the peat up in Orkney is from decomposing heathers and mosses. It's almost a slightly softer, smoky peat, if you will. Last couple of years, Highland Park's taken a bit of a knocking. They moved to a different marketing branding ethos. They started looking at a Viking theme, a sort of Celtic-y thing, touching in with the heritage of Orkney. Your more purists in your whisky have come out with the old idea that you should let the whisky do the talking rather than the name or the branding or the stories that you print on your boxes. I don't necessarily agree with that. Highland Park are producing a product. To sell their product, you look at your branding. It's a bit of common sense, really. If you want to up your sales, you need to touch in with your different markets. So I quite like it. It plays to my heritage. I like that Celtic-y, Viking-y thing there. So yeah, I'm up for it. I'm going to look at what would probably be the entry-level whisky for Highland Park. There is younger whiskies from Highland Park, but the one we're going to touch on here is probably their most commercially available. So let's have a wee look. I've brought along Highland Park 12. Under this new branding, it's now called the Viking Honour. They haven't taken away the age statement. The age statement's still there, the 12. So the age statement's there. If we look at what some people call the ABCDs in the whisky, it's got an age statement. It's 12-year-old. As I said to you, there is a younger one. There's a 10-year-old Viking Scars. It's not as readily available. It's targeted at certain markets, certain regions of the world, so you can't always find that. But you'll find this one. So Viking Honour, 12-year-old. ABV. This one's pushed out at 40%. That's your, as we've said before, that's your minimum in Scotland. So it's a 40% whisky. If you're out in the American market, you can find Viking Honour with, I think it's a 43% ABV. So if you get that, there might be slight different taste to it, maybe a little bit. Maybe let me know. Chill filtering. They do chill filter. They openly admit that this is chill filtered. And the colour says it on the bottle there, natural colour, and they say it on their website as well, natural colour. How does it taste? It's not a harsh whisky. It's there's a sweetness, there's a honey, there's a honeysuckle, there is a heather. You can sip this without feeling that burn that you get with some whiskies. There's a slight maybe pepperiness, spiciness to it, and then you get that. It's almost like the smoke floating over the battlefield in your movies. That smoke's there, but it's not going to make you choke type smoke. Yeah, it's just there. It's nice for me. and then you get that sherry, that sweetness, and it is a really nice, easy drinking, I think, whiskey. It's probably it's the heart of Highland Park whiskies. You know, like I said, I think the 12 has been around since the 70s, and for an expression, a 12-year-old to keep going, different brands, different labels, etc., but they're still there, so it carries that heart of Highland Park, and I really like it, and I think the bottles are cool. I've got a wee collection of Highland Park at home. I like the shape of the bottle, and I like the embossed branding there. So yeah, guys, Highland Park 12, your kind of entry level, maybe even an entry to take somebody away from the sweeter whiskies, moving towards your smokier whiskies. It touches on both sides. Yeah, Highland Park, have it on your shelf, enjoy it. Cheers, folks.